I want to talk to you a little bit about our work analyzing what we call drop off in the 2024 election. Now, we weren't the first ones that noticed the drop off. It was actually first brought to our attention by a security expert named Stephen Spoonamore. And what Stephen Spoonamore put forward didn't actually turn out to be exactly correct, but there was some accuracy to his overall assessments that, in general, President Trump was far outperforming the down ballot Republican races, like the races for Senate, Attorney General, Governor. He was getting a lot more votes than the Republican counterparts. And the Democratic candidate, Kamala Harris, was getting far fewer votes than the Democratic down ballot candidates. And that is unusual. In general, if you look back at research, say from the 2020 election, what we call the drop off rate, and I think Smart Elections was the one that coined that term, that drop off rate in past elections was around 1% to 2%. So to see these drop off rates go up as high as 10, 20% was really remarkable. It was unusual. And so what we did was we put a data team together and we started to analyze many different states. And we actually looked at 17 states. And I'm going to show you some of that work. The best way to find it is on our website. So then when you're on the website, you're going to go to More and look for 2024 election drop off. So when you get to drop off, this page has a lot of our work, and there's bar charts there that show you the extreme nature of the drop off. These are comparisons of the swing versus the non-swing states. The drop off numbers were much, much higher in the swing states than the non-swing states. We analyzed it both by the number of votes, like the raw number of votes, and also by the percentage of votes. And if you look at the percentages, this is a percentage right here when you see this 5.58%. That's the Republican overperformance, and this 1.48% is the Democratic underperformance. And when I say overperformance and underperformance, I mean in comparison to the down ballot races. Almost 6% of Trump's vote was above the down ballot Republican race that we looked at. In general, it was the Senate. So generally speaking, almost 6% of his total was more than the Republican Senate candidate. This is in the swing states. And in the swing states, Kamala Harris, about 1.5% of her total is less than the Democratic Senate candidate, or sometimes it was the Attorney General, sometimes the governor. And if you look at the non-swing states, you'll see that it was much closer. Both of the presidential candidates in the non-swing states in general, these are averages, they're percentages, were getting votes a little bit above the Senate or the Attorney General or the governor's race. And that's more typical.